So a lot of people have been asking me, hey, Winston, who are you voting for this election? Who are you going to cast your vote in this democracy? Because we live in a democracy, not a republic, right? And today, I stumbled across the answer, just by chance. And I am voting for George Floyd. I am voting for George Floyd. I am voting for Breonna Taylor. And I am voting for all of the other honorable people that were doing absolutely nothing that died in the line of fire while peacefully protesting with kitchen knives and firearms and things like that, while aggressively attacking people in the street. That's who I'm voting for. I'm voting for Saint George Floyd. And according to Yahoo News, so is George Floyd's hometown. They're also preparing to vote in his memory. So if you didn't think that you're going to be able to cast your vote for a nice, moral, upstanding young man running for the office of president, you can just vote for George Floyd. I wonder what it feels like. So, unfortunately, I happen to be a straight white male in the United States of America, so I've never had anybody pander to me for votes or pander to me for, various social justice causes. So I wonder what it feels like. I wonder what it feels like to have all of these different organizations that are clearly corrupt, like the NAACP and, all the other race hustlers out there. What does it feel? If you are a black person or a Hispanic person that's watching this, let me know. What does it feel like to have all the politicians and all these different organizations pandering for your vote and then turning around and doing absolutely nothing for you every single time? Let me know what that feels like to have, everybody bragging about how wonderful they are to African Americans in the United States, and oh, Trump has done so much for the African Americans, and oh, you ain't black if you don't vote for Joe Biden. I mean, what does that feel like? I mean, I've never experienced it in my life. Everybody tells me that I have this invisible white privilege that I have no idea, but I've never had anybody advocating for, my Caucasian skin or advocating for, any, movement relating to my skin color or my heterosexuality. So, honest question, if you are a black person, please let me know what it feels like to have all these people so disingenuously, pandering for your votes and for your support. And I know that if you happen to be a black person watching this channel, which I know there are several of you out there, I know some of you personally even, I know that you don't put up with this nonsense, but to those of you that might have come across this video hoping to cast your vote for St. George Floyd, let me know. What does it feel? Does it feel authentic to you? Does it feel legitimate? Does anybody really buy it? Because, I can look at it and I can tell you that it just absolutely, absolutely is total nonsense. And I don't know how anybody buys it, but apparently people do. And in other news, some more race hustling going on. A hangman's noose displayed in a polling station in Missouri was covered up following complaints of voter intimidation towards black voters. A replica of a hangman's noose, which was on display in a Missouri polling station, has been covered up following complaints of voter intimidation of black voters. The noose was on display in a glass cabinet between. Here we go. Every time, guys. Every time I do a video. Every time. The noose was on display in a glass cabinet in the hallway of the Stone County Courthouse building in Galena, AP reported. Does this even make any sense? Honestly, these people had full editing teams, huge millions and millions of dollars of budget, just tons of all kinds of support. These articles go through multiple hands before they are ever published. And somehow, this sentence, the noose was on display in a glass cabinet in the hallway of the Stone County Courthouse building in Galena, AP reported. That actually made it to print. And people wonder why nobody has any respect for the mainstream media. These people are just going on autopilot at this time. Oh, yeah, billionaires will give us money. Just write whatever. Oh, this will get clicks. Oh. So the only reason I'm even mentioning this is that hanging was being used against people in Europe ever since the medieval times. So to somehow attribute that to just black people is ludicrous. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even banned. 1937 was the last hanging in Stone County. So, I mean, somehow attributing a noose just to one specific color of people is absolutely nonsense. But like everything has to be a hustle. Everything has to be a pander. Everything has to be a race hustle. Everybody's a victim. And I guarantee you, there have been way more Europeans that have been killed by being hung than black people, right? As far as I know, Europeans invented hanging, which is, great, I guess. Anyways, on the topic of capital punishment, I'm absolutely against it. And yes, some people deserve death, absolutely, but to somehow entrust that into the state, the most corrupt justice system in the world, yes, it is corrupt. No, it doesn't have anything to do with race. It's absolutely corrupt, and to put the power of being able to take away another human life into the hands of the state, which is a totally lopsided, top-heavy organization to begin with, a total system that is meant to work against all of us, regardless of our persuasion, is crazy. Some people deserve death. Rapists, pedophiles, murderers, things like that, absolutely. However, the state can never get it right. So many people have been put to death that were completely innocent. And unfortunately, one innocent person being put to death is one too many. And anyways, that's the easy way out, right? Why would you want to take a pedophile and give them the easy way out and allow them to just, take it out? One quick, simple injection, painless, easy way out, instead of having to fear getting shanked in prison for the rest of their lives, right? That's what the punishment should be. They should have to get, serious, hard time. Actually, a relative of mine was locked up for many, many years. I don't know, 7, 8 years. And we were on the couch watching TV, and there was a promo for the Maury Povich show. And it was a prisoner released from jail due to new DNA evidence, right? He was in jail, I think, in the 70s or whatever. And and we were on TV, and he's like, holy shit, I was locked up with that guy. That guy was my cellmate. The guy ended up getting locked up for like 15 years or whatever it was for a crime that he did not commit. And then by the time the DNA technology was able to catch up, it turned out that he was completely exonerated. So that happens all the time. So to support capital punishment at the hands of the state is crazy. I get why people, would support it. And like I said, some people deserve to die. But definitely not at the hands of the state, because they get it wrong all the time. Could you imagine getting accused of a crime you didn't commit, having to sit in the electric chair? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyways, I think that'll do it for today. We're having the election tomorrow. And again, just so you know what I believe is going to happen tomorrow, Donald Trump will be elected president again, because he is, in his own words, the chosen one. You can always tell who's going to win by who is backing them. And the people that back him from a little tiny country in the Middle East have chosen him. And he will be elected again. And of course, the billionaire philanthropist violence machine is out in full force. Everybody's boarding up buildings and preparing for the riots. They're so confident that Joe Biden's going to win that they're boarding up all of the inner cities because Joe Biden's going to win. So everybody's going to riot because Joe Biden's going to win, right? Man, the stuff that they expect us to believe, it's just ridiculous. So I'm excited that Trump is going to win, not necessarily because of what he's going to do, but because of the reaction of all of the shills and the hacks and the corporate media and all they're just the gross people that are propping up, Mr. War Machine Biden. It's just gross. And so I'm going to really enjoy the meltdowns, and I'm sure there's going to be tons of screaming liberals screaming at the sky when Trump gets reelected, and, so it'll be entertaining. And there's two good things about Donald Trump's presidency. One is calling out the media, which is incredible. because now more people than ever understand that the mainstream media is just corporate government propaganda. And two, the guy is super entertaining. I mean, if you ever watch one of his rallies or, his interviews and stuff, I mean, it's hilarious. If we have to live under a, New World Order agenda presidency and government, it might as well be entertaining. We might as well be able to laugh a little bit as the world burns. So, definitely will be pretty enjoyable. Although, if the off chance Biden did win, it would be kind of funny watching him go into complete delirium. Maybe he'll walk onto stage with his pants off, or you know what I mean? Who knows what he'll do? Start, waving at the backdrop behind him, or who knows what he's going to do. And he's making up a bunch of new words like, so that's kind of funny too. So that could be funny. So anyways, I got a few more days on our main YouTube ban, and I have a big video planned for my epic return. I will be doing an announcement and an admission. I'll be admitting that I was wrong about something, and hopefully you guys will all tune in. So anyways, I'm going to post every day. I don't care what they do. They can ban me from everything, everywhere. And when I'm finally banned completely off of the internet for, trying to speak the truth and seeking the truth and wanting peace and justice in the world, well then I'll have to hang up the internet, cancel my internet connection here, and just have to go stand on the street corner. So that being said, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you don't already. If you do feel like supporting our efforts here, you can always join our Subscribe Star, download the Brave browser, which I highly suggest. It's totally free, or you can, buy me a sody pop with PayPal. So anyways, appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you are doing well. Check back tomorrow for another video, and take care.